4, 3, here we go! Oh, hi everybody. Hello, welcome to 10 Minute Talk Show. It's a talk show 10 minutes in length. Oh my God, humans, right? We're the only species that wears clothes, and we're the only species that is completely, thank you for wooing garments, and we're the only species that seems to be riddled with body issues, right? I mean, I'm not sure what the thing is. We're beautiful, we're brilliant, we accomplish so many things, and yet we're almost unanimously hating ourselves all the time. So I've assembled a panel of brilliant people, and hopefully inside 10 minutes, we're gonna figure out what we're doing wrong and what they're doing right. This is 10 Minutes with our bodies. Let's do it. Oh, hi. Hello, you brilliant people. How are you? Oh my God, let's meet the panel. First of all, we have, to my immediate left, we have personal development coach and speaker Nova Browning-Rutherford, everybody. Intuitive healer and author Tara Antler. Fun fact, I've known her since the 3rd grade, true story. And host, producer, and reporter for Naked News, possibly the most comfortable naked person I've ever met, it's Laura Desiree, everybody. Oh man. Okay, perhaps you're wondering why I've called you all here today. For different reasons, you are, in my life, and the tens of thousands of people that I've met, probably the 3 most comfortable people with their own bodies. So I'm trying to figure out what the hell it is you're doing right, what we're doing wrong, and we've only got 9 minutes to figure it out. So I mean, for example, your Instagram feed is so incredibly inspiring. You say these things that kind of blow my mind and reshape the way I think about myself and other human beings. Tara, you've been a source, it's true, you've been a source of inspiration for me since grade 3, true story. And Laura, you can power a small town with your confidence. So, so here's the thing. Can you think of a time in your life when maybe you weren't as zen or as comfortable with yourself and are now, and what changed? We can start with you.
No, never.
Yeah. Never.
I just woke up like this. No, of course. Like mixed race from a small town, just really trying to figure out that identity piece. And so it was always looking for common denominators rather than what was different. And so when I started embracing my hair, and started just leaning into the things that everyone had in common, I started noticing the beauty. So I stick with the senses, the sight, the smells, the skin, the teeth, the hair, the nails. Keep those things beautiful. They'll always look beautiful. I spend a lot of money to look natural.
That works. That makes sense to me. See, we've all got different approaches, right? I mean, Tara, can you think of a time when, I mean, I've known you for a very long time. I've known you longer than most people in my life. So can you, because for me, you've always been comfortable. You've always been confident. You've always been there. But I feel like that necessarily wasn't always
been that way.
Yeah,
no,
right.
It hasn't. I would say up until having babies, finally I just didn't give a shit.
Really?
Because when you're
but
wide
they're so
open,
young and little.
Yeah, but when you're wide open and you're giving birth to babies and you have all these people in the room, especially when I gave birth to the twins, and you're in an operating room and you're spread eagle to the sky, 20 people and you don't know them, it's a very vulnerable moment. And you go, you know what? I don't really care anymore. Like, I really don't. And I think before that, you know, same thing. I chose to focus on the positive because I knew that if I kept attacking myself and looking at the cellulite or looking at the pimple on my face or looking at the stuff that didn't seem good, it got bigger. The pimple got bigger. The cellulite got more. So instead I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to choose to love myself because I feel better. So every time I'd have that, you know, moment, I go, no, that doesn't allow me to feel good. Right. I'm going to choose to love myself instead. So I focus on the positive.
That's amazing. See? Now, Laura,
wow.
you are a phenomenon to me. Like you perplex me in good ways. So how you're like naked at work all the time?
I'm
like
naked at work for a living, and so it's every single day. And it wasn't always a comfortable thing for me. I'll be very honest about it. I mean, growing up, I was 6 feet tall at 12 years old. I'm also an identical twin. So going down the halls in high school, they called us the Twin Towers, and we were super, you know, boyish cut, sort of. Lanky, awkward things, and you know it takes a while to get comfortable in coordinating your body and moving it around. And I started doing dance. And I was living in New York City when I became a burlesque dancer, and I studied all about that form of motion and how to express yourself confidently through dance. And so I just started doing it up on stages everywhere, and that led me all the way to my position hosting the news naked.
It's pretty impressive. So, have you ever had sort of your what you think about people and what you think about body image rocked to your core? Have you ever had your head spun around like this? Anybody have an example of this in their life? When you're like, wow, I was completely wrong on something, or thought something about a person and you were like, wow, that is completely incorrect. Does that ever happen to you?
I'm always shocked with men's body issues. I'm always really surprised about that, especially in the LGBT community.
And by the way, we are doing that episode, by the way. We are doing the men episode. Just saying.
Yes, please.
That's so. What surprised you about men?
Just that feeling of that superhero, super muscular, super tan, and that's what a man looks like. I've got to be tall and strapping and strong and looking like this all the time from a really young age, and that's a lot that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, you're not
for
wrong.
anybody. So yeah.
Yeah. Anybody else?
We don't need all that.
No, you're right. Anything else surprise you? Like when you've met somebody that you were impressed by, that they had thoughts in their head, or ever been a time you've sort of had your perception rocked?
Yeah, I mean, like I've worked with a lot of actors and people in the industry, and they're all insecure about themselves on some level. And I think it's, you know, we all have that. We all have those moments where you can look at yourself and go, ooh, you know, or there's stuff to improve upon. But it's not being fixated on it. I think that's the difference. That's what I learned for myself, is not over fixating on whatever that is, you know. And like you said, loving yourself, appreciating yourself, accepting what is, and then just standing in it.
Standing in it. That's pretty good. Yeah, I like that.
Things, though. I mean, I was seeing a very successful entertainment figure for a minute, and I just remember, I can't drop names for 2 shots of tequila.
Man, that was my next question.
But I remember when he had liposuction done. And this is a skinny, fit, really good-looking dude who then had to put a girdle back on, you know, after doing the deed because he was still healing from it. And I thought, are you kidding me? Liposuction?
Yeah.
That's not at all where my eyes would have gone. You're, you know, miraculous and funny.
Chris Pratt. Anybody? No? Am I getting warmer?
Line him up.
Is it any of the Chris's? Did I see him in Endgame?
Reading something.
Hemsworth. Am I getting closer? Rock. No? Am I getting farther away from it?
Cold.
I know, you're not going to say. So what's your relationship with reflective surfaces now? How do you feel about mirrors, generally? What's your relationship with the mirror?
I'm actually really good with the mirror now.
Oh,
I
good.
can look in the mirror and go, okay, whatever's there, I actually love me. I love me, because the other stuff is a waste of energy. It's a waste of time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so
You're damn right.
You know, I'm like, yeah, okay.
I love filters.
Even my breasts have changed, being like, you know, breastfeeding babies, your breasts change, your belly changes, things change. And I can still look in the mirror and go, yeah, okay. I'm a mom of 3.
That's hot.
And they're all healthy, and I feel really good. Yeah. And I can still feel like a goddess, even though I chopped my hair recently, you know? Like, I can still be a goddess.
That's a good answer.
That's the idea. I think that's the idea. It's like, it's those small tweaks and changes. Instead of like, especially after having babies, I also have twins. So instead of like losing weight, I felt releasing weight. Instead of like, I need more energy, I was like, okay, I need to increase my energy. And those little tweaks, it felt totally different. So just like the whole approach, it was like a little jig in my jam. And I did that for myself. And then it was like every little bump and curve and something, I was like, you know what, there's someone who wishes they had stretch marks from having a child. There's someone who, you know, I earned it. There's 2 skulls here. I'm good with the twin skin. Like,
Did you literally just say that's a jig in my jam? That was one of the coolest things.
Hashtag jig in my jam.
One of the coolest things any human being has ever said to me. So, okay, so in closing, when you get hung up on something, when you get stuck on something, when you find yourself being too hard on yourself, where do you go? How do you fix it? What's the auto fix? What's the filter, I guess?
Oh, I go home and I listen to my favorite like Prince tracks, and I just do my own little private seduction. It's just me and myself in my apartment. I don't film it. I don't look in a mirror. I just move to it. Makes me feel real sexy.
You seduce yourself?
100%.
That is a fantastic answer.
Just quickly, it's very easy. You rub your hands together as if you're washing yourself in the shower. That's all it takes. So just interact with your body like you're cleaning it up. Just revisit all of it. Just revisit all of it. It brings the sensuality in.
Oh, good answer. That's a damn good answer. That's going to be hard to beat. Tara?
What was the question?
I don't know. We all got distracted by Laura's answer.
What?
Everyone in this room is like, damn, what show is this? Where are we?
Hormones are just starting to kick back on.
What is she talking about? And the baby stopped crying. Did you catch that? They were like, what is happening? I don't understand. Anyway, good luck.
What was the question?
I don't know. How do you, when you get stuck on yourself, back to center. Very good. Yes, good way to word that.
For me, yeah, well, I meditate. I've been meditating since I was 14, so I meditate a lot. I do dance. I will do that. I will go out in the backyard and just breathe for a second because it's crazy in our household most days.
Right.
But, you know, when I start getting on something, my whole thing is I hear in my head, get off it. Like, just get off it.
Nice.
Because if I stay on it, I know where that's going to lead to. So I just get off it real quick. And then it's maybe 3 seconds and I'm back to myself.
Shake the damn Etch-a-Sketch. I love it.
Back.
That's good. Do you have one for us? When you get stuck?
Always in nature. I go to the source that can hold it. So I go there to moving water, big forest. I'm like, okay, I'll hold this for a second.
Oh, nice.
So I'll do that. And I always start with what I can do. So if I hear myself like, well, what if, I learned that what if is the gateway to anxiety. So what if, affirm what is. So it's like, hey, what is? It's like, I'm healthy, I'm cool, I'm loved, I'm fine, I'm deserving. I'm not going to throw up when I get on here. I'm going to be fine. And so I just kind of talk myself down. And that always helps.
It only took 10 minutes, but we figured it out. Go to the woods, bring an Etch-a-Sketch, and clean yourself.
Yeah.
Boom! We did it! I knew we could do it. See, I knew. Come in here. Come around. Come in here. I knew that if we put 3 smart people in the same room, we would figure out how to solve ourselves. That's it. So actually, if we let's take your online presence one more time. Yeah. If you ever find yourself getting stuck in your head, or you ever find yourself beating yourself up, I want you to follow all these wonderful people. You got Nova Browning Rutherford, you got Tara Antler and Laura Desiree. Enjoy their wonderful magic, and that's 10 Minute Talk Show. That's 10 minutes with our bodies. Thanks so much, folks. Good night. Hot damn. We solved it. I told you we'd do it.